Hello, good evening everybody. I hope all is well and everybody is feeling swell. Today is a beautiful, beautiful day. I've decided to come out in nature, do me some grounding, soak up some of this good sun energy and just vibe. How's everybody vibing? I hope that all is well with everyone. There has been a lot of things going on in the universe and around our planet, and portals and gateways and full moons and just energy barrages. I don't know if y'all felt it, but man, it's been a lot. It's been a lot, but we here, we doing it, you know what I'm saying, and moving along. So, by the way, my name is Lafayette. I haven't posted in a while. Actually, I believe the last time I posted was like New Year's. And from then until now, I've just been going in. Like just digging deep, digging on this soul train. Yeah, I've been on the soul train, man. I've been on this journey. Right? I've been on this journey. So I wanna speak on something today. Just I'm gonna go off of the brain. I know I have a tendency to be long-winded at times, so I'm gonna try to keep this kind of straight to the point. Not short, because we're gonna make it make sense. We gotta make it make sense. That's the whole purpose of this channel. Is we gotta make it make sense. But yeah, I'm gonna do my best to wrap it up in a timely fashion. So, I don't know how many people have the awareness, but we are in Revelations. Like, that's what's going on in the world right now. We're in Revelation. Whether you want to acknowledge it or not, it doesn't change the fact that we're in Revelations. And so, this is the time where that was predicted, prophesied, and everything, that certain events would take place. And for the most part, a lot of the prophecies have been fulfilled. Like, there's a lot going on, and there's a lot of things that was said to that would come, and it has passed. It's happened. Prophecies have been fulfilled. So, in Revelations also, since we have an awareness that we're in Revelations, there's also something about the second coming of Christ. Now, I know this is a sensitive topic, so I hope everyone hears me with an open heart and an open mind. You know what I'm saying? And don't be so quick to shut down what I'm sharing with you, but actually take it into consideration, and, hopefully the truth will resound and your awareness can change. So, all that being said, the second coming of Christ, right? Let's go back. So the first, everybody knows about Jesus, and Jesus came and his works he did, and so on and so forth. Everybody knows the story of Jesus. Now, that was the first coming of Christ, but not so much Christ as a person. See, because what Jesus came to do was to plant the seed of the Christed consciousness into the hearts and minds and the body of Mama Gaia. You know what I'm saying? When he came, he knew that what he came to do wouldn't bear fruit in his lifetime. You know what I'm saying? But he came to plant the seed, because he also knew that over time it would grow and blossom, and we would reap the benefits of his labor in future generations. And that's what the prophecies foretold. So now we're in the generation where those seeds have blossomed into full bloom, like they're in season. And so now the second coming of Christ is not about Jesus coming back to save humanity. Jesus already came. Actually, I don't really care for that name, because there's power in names. When we incarnate, your name has a frequency, a signature, and a resonance band that is attached to it. And his name was not Jesus. Like, they never called him Jesus. When he was moving around in this reality, he was not Jesus. He was Yeshua. Yeshua ben Joseph was the name of who we understand today as Jesus. But he was Yeshua, right? And he didn't become Jesus. And his last name, I don't know if y'all think about it or not, but his last name was not Christ. They were not talking, his last name was not Christ. They were referring to the Christed consciousness that he came to share with the world. And in the words of Brother Jesus, one of his statements is, he said, I've come to show you the possibilities of man, right? Which is us. Man, spirit in physical form. Human, not just male or female, man as in human. I've come to show you the possibility of man. And what I have done, all can do. What I have been, all will be, and what I have done, all will do, and more. Now, we read these texts, hear these words, but then we turn around and feel like we're less than Brother Yeshua, when he clearly stated that what I am, all are, and what I can do, you also shall do those works and more. So if you sit and think about that for a minute, like, damn, you say, I can do what he does? And what does he mean by showing me the possibilities of man? Now, prior to the incarnation of Brother Yeshua, or if y'all just count it with Jesus, it really doesn't matter about the name. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a signature resonance. So when you say Jesus, you say Yeshua, or whatever you're vibrating and trying to connect to, it's going to resonate with that energetic being, that energetic being's signature frequency, and they will have an awareness. He will have an awareness. So it really doesn't matter what name you say. The frequency is going to carry the thought to who and where it needs to go. So when he said, I've come to show the possibility of man, what do he mean by that? What did Jesus do? Jesus came and incarnated in physical form in order to show that we are not bound to this world just by carnal flesh and desire, but we can actually raise above these things and become a Christed child of Mother, Father, God also. But it was never known or done prior to Yeshua's incarnation, and so he came to be the message that he brings, which was, I will show you. Because there was a cry out prior that, human life is too hard and it's too this, and you can't raise above this reality with all of the distractions and provocations and everything that goes on here. So what Mother, Father, God decided was, okay, let's send one of our higher dimensional children, which is what Brother Yeshua was. He is ascended master But that's, all of that is for a story for another day. I don't want to, go all over the place. But simply put, he was a higher dimensional being that was tasked with the assignment of coming here to the earth to assist humanity with raising their awareness and understanding the possibilities of man. So what Jesus did was he came here and he showed humanity, what potential these vessels that we are in really can do, and what they can achieve. Because he was born in a human suit just like us. He was born in the slums. They say he was a Nazarene, and the thing about Nazarenes is they say nothing good never came from Nazareth. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't here appointed with no crowns or no kingship or nothing like that. No, he was in the hood. He was in the slums, just to show people that it doesn't matter your placement. What matters, man, y'all gotta forgive me, these bugs is really taking a look at me. But what matters is your heart. You know what I'm saying? And your intention and your drive and your will and your desire to become the highest version of yourself. And that we are not alone on this journey. We've never been alone, and we never could be. You know what I'm saying? The Spirit walks with us with every step. But since we come through the veil of forgetfulness, and so we can have the most pure and honest experience, we forget these things. And now it's just straight from the heart. How we gonna vibe out while we here? Are we gonna be service to self, or are we gonna be of service to others? Those are pretty much the two categories that every one of us fall into when we get here. Either we're service to self, which means we're not focused on anything or anyone, only our own personal and selfish gains, or we're here to assist the rest of fallen humanity. Each one teach one. So Jesus came to show the possibilities of man. Right? Yeah, it's a little toasty out here. I love it. Okay. Look like no one pastor in the church. Nah, they be patting their forehead and all that before they next round. So yeah, so what he did, he accomplished his assigned task, which was to show humanity the possibilities of man. Oh my gosh, man. So now it's on us. Now the second coming of Christ is not brother Jesus or Yeshua coming back to save anyone. First off, that is against universal law. That is just that's against every law that Mother Father God has created, because salvation is personal. This is a personal journey between you and your higher self and Mother Father God. Like, there's nothing, no one outside of you, nothing outside of you can save you, and nothing outside of you will save you. Because, as I just stated, salvation is personal. Like, your soul's journey is very personal. And you have to walk this walk. And you have to learn lessons. You have to grow. You have to develop. You have to mature in order for expansion. No one can do that for you. Experience is the best teacher. The only way that you can learn is to go through trial and error. That is how you grow. And so, the best trick the devil ever pulled was not only to convince the world that he doesn't exist, but it was also to believe that there's such a thing called death. Death. There's no such thing as death. As that was another one of the lessons that Brother Yeshua, Brother Jesus, shared with humanity before parting ways also. You know what I'm saying? There's no such thing as death. Death does not exist. Death is a tool that was created by lower vibrational entities, beings, however you want to label it, to keep humanity in a state of fear. And fear is not of God. You would never connect with Mother, Father, God as long as you're carrying the vibration of fear around in your spirit. Because that's just, it's not of God. You can't, the angelic realm, the spiritual realm, the higher realms just does not vibrate with that frequency. That's actually one of the lowest frequencies that anything or anyone can emanate. If anything, it's going to keep you away from true connection with the divine source. And so that is a tool that's been used to keep people in a state of low vibration, friction, and distress in order to keep feeding the system and keep this merry-go-round going. Now, like I was saying, the second coming of Christ, because I'm trying to, stay in line with this, but it's so much. My mind's trying to take me all over the place. But I'm trying to stay on task and just with this one thing. Like I said, I'll be talking for hours, and I ain't trying to do that. I just wanted to stop in for a minute and do a quick checkup. So, the second coming of Christ is not gonna be Brother Ascended Master Jesus coming back on the cloud to save you. I'm sorry if that ruffles some feathers and that bothers some people, but that's just what it is. And my whole thing, my whole movement is tell the truth and shame the devil. Like, I refuse to not call things for what they are. And the truth of the matter is, no one, no spiritual being, God, whatever you may believe in, is coming back to save any of us. Because salvation is ours. We save ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the only way that you can get the meat and potatoes of this spiritual journey that you decided to participate in. Like, that's another thing. Well, okay, that's that's for another another day. I'm stick to this. So the second coming of Christ is already in play for those that have eyes to see and ears to hear. And only thing I can suggest is, if you have been up to this point waiting for God or Jesus or any being of any nature to come back and save you, then I would stop that. And really, don't hold your breath waiting on it to happen, because I promise you, you'll be waiting forever, because it never will happen. That's just not how the program works. The second coming of Christ is the children of the divine finally awakening to that realization within themselves that God, Mother, Father, God, Source, is not something to be found outside of you somewhere in the distant skies, universe, galaxy, or anything like that. But no, it's actually right inside. Always has been. And so when you tune in to the frequency of Source within you, then now, as Brother Jesus stated, you become God in man. Now you start to emanate the Christed consciousness and vibrate that out to the rest of humanity. That's how that works, and that is the way that you get to heaven. That is how you ascend, is going within. You will never find any real truth or any real substance looking outside of yourself for things. Like, there was a statement Brother Jesus made, and he said, the kingdom of heaven is within. right? That's what he said. Now, we follow teachings, we listen to lessons and all that. We hear these things, but we, for whatever reason, we don't incorporate them. Now, Jesus said himself, he said the kingdom of heaven is within. But here we go, going to church every Sunday and Friday, and not we, but no shade to those that do, but I've never been a churchgoer. It's just never resonated with me. But, people go to church and they are still searching for a God that exists outside of them, when Brother Jesus told you that the kingdom of heaven resides within. And he also gave another instruction. He said that he told you seek first the kingdom of heaven, and all things will be added unto you. So let's do some math right quick. So the first thing he said, before he even revealed where the kingdom of heaven was at, I believe this was his Sermon on the Mount, where he was going over these things. And he said, seek first the kingdom of heaven, and all things will be added unto you. Right? But then, the people wasn't aware at that particular point. And okay, where's the kingdom of heaven? So then he came again and said, the kingdom of heaven resides within you. Now, these are two very potent keys for those that have eyes to see and ears to hear, to eternalize these truths. Seek first the kingdom of heaven, and all things will be added unto you. And the kingdom of heaven is within. So why are we still out here going everywhere into everybody searching for God, when Brother Jesus already brought to our awareness that we don't need to seek outside ourselves. All we need to do is seek within, and all hidden things, all hidden truths will be revealed. It says, seek and you shall find. Knock and the door will be answered to you, unto you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and people take those. It's funny how we sift through information. You know what I'm saying? Now, some of the stuff that was stated and things like that we'll take for face value all the way, but we pick which parts and pieces we want to apply, and which parts just remain some just words on the paper. And so that is our issue, which ultimately decides where we're going to be vibrationally, because at the end of the day we have free will. So you don't have to tune in. There will be nothing held against you for not tuning in, because as I stated, we are eternal beings. We are eternal spiritual sparks of Mother, Father, God that's experiencing ourselves through various different ways, arenas, planets, galaxies, and we're just source. Mother, Father itself, experiencing itself in a various amount of ways in reality. So, it's really up to us what we're going to do, and are we going to save ourselves, or are we going to believe that we have no saving power within ourselves? Me personally, I've been started applying, these ingredients to my life. And trust me when I say that it was the best choice I've ever made in my life. Like, the whole faith thing, that is real. You know what I'm saying? They tell you faith without works is not, or faith without works is dead, and that is so true. Like, they tell you all it takes is faith as little as a mustard seed, and so on and so forth. That is real, and I have personally experienced that on all levels. And so, not to be rambling, family, I just wanted to share that we are in a particular time right now where there is a lot of things going on. There is a spiritual war going on over consciousness. And, you know, depending on where you vibrate at and what you vibrate with will decide ultimately the next step or stage of your journey. So be mindful of that. Now, yes, we have all the time in the world to all the time period. There's no such thing as time. We have forever. We are forever spirits. We are forever beings. So you have nothing but time to learn and learn and learn. But why stay back, you know, and repeat a grade that you don't have to if you don't have to? Why not go ahead and just graduate and see what the next level look like? So the bottom line is salvation is personal. Stop looking outside of yourself for God. If you want to find God, look in the mirror. Have a sit with yourself. Meditate. And you will see that God was never separated from you, but it's just always been waiting for you to realize that you are God manifested in form. So, did I clear up about the... Okay, so yeah, so the second coming of Christ, real quick overview, is happening right now. And it's what you may be aware of. There's groups of beings on the planet now that's being going around known as star seeds or light workers and things of that nature. Yes, they're here. And those are the ones that have incorporated that Christed consciousness, and now we're grounding it into the planet and emanating it throughout humanity. And it's not for you to follow an individual or anything like that, but it's for you to see, the same way Brother Jesus said, I have come to show you the possibilities of man. And that is what's going on now. That's all that is going on, is you are going to witness the possibilities of man. And then it's up to you to decide if you feel worthy enough to get in that line and emanate that light also. But it requires work. It requires work, commitment, integrity, will. You know, it's not the easiest thing in the world to just go from being asleep to being wide awake. You know what I'm saying? And awakening scares a lot of people too. You know, I had some moments. I had some moments, boy, that's for another time too. But peace and love to all. Like I said, I see I'm about at 30 minutes. I didn't mean, well, I guess that's cool. But I just wanted to tell you all that all is well, and love conquers all. So everyone, stay vibrating high, spread some love, share some light, have faith in yourself, and each one teach one. This is my channel where we make it make sense, and peace.